Hello, and welcome to this week's functional mobility class. We are going to be working on our hips and our ankles this week. You will need a wall space, something close to the bottom of the wall. We're going to be kneeling up against it and putting our foot on the wall. You will need a block or a pillow for support. And then you will also need something to grab with your feet. So a towel or a theraband strap, a loop band, whatever you have laying around. All right, and with that, let's go ahead and get started. We'll begin in a standing position, and we'll start by giving our spine a little bit of a warm-up. So tuck your chin and gently roll your head around all the way from the back onto your shoulders, down to your chest. We're going to do 3 in this direction, and then go ahead and add your shoulders in. Nice and slow, nice and easy. Each time you come around to the front, try to round your back a little more. Gently let your hands hang down. On this last one, go ahead and sweep down to the ground. Giant circles. And reverse, sweep down to the ground. Let your hands be heavy. Try to move every part of your spine, giving each little part a little bit of that nice warm-up. With each circle, make it a little bit less until we make our way all the way back up to the top, and we'll finish with 3 neck rolls. Our head is nice and heavy, moving nice and slow. Be gentle. This is the first movement that we're doing. So we want to be gentle and nice to our vertebrae. All right. Now go ahead and bring your leg up to 90. And we're going to bring it from bent to out in front. 3 reps. Now open your knee out to the side. Think of squeezing your heel to your bum while you're doing this. So you want to keep that joint nice and tight. And now from out to the side, lift your foot to the back, keeping your knee in place. And then come from the side to the back. So we're doing 3 repetitions in each position. And now we'll move in a full circle. Knee to the front, out to the side, bring up the foot to the back. Knee to the front, and reverse. Foot down, knee to the front, knee to the back, out to the side, foot down, and to the front. Last one. Great work. Now for the other side. Bend the knee, squeeze the foot to the bum, and bring the knee up. 3 times. 3, now leave the knee up, come out to the side. Now from the side, lift the foot, keep the knee in place. Keep the torso nice and straight, and now bring the knee around to the back. This is the most tricky. And from the back, come back through the front, and we'll make a nice circle out of it all. Knee to the front, out to the side, lift the foot, to the back. Knee to the front, to the side, lift the foot, and to the back. And reverse, to the back, out to the side, drop the foot, to the front, to the back, side, drop the foot, to the front. Last one, drop the foot to the front and come down. Now stay in a standing position. Again, drive your knee up to your chest and straighten your leg. Bend the knee, straighten the leg. Try not to let the knee drop when you straighten the leg. Keep the torso nice and tall. Push through your grounding leg. Try not to scrunch over. Each time you bring your knee in, try to lift it a little bit higher before you extend your leg. Now out to the side, bend and straighten. 2, 3, keep that torso lifted. 4, 5, and now towards the back. So we're going to start with our heel, squeezing towards our bottoms, and extend straight, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, really squeeze the glutes. Make sure you fully straighten your leg, stand up nice and tall, keep the chest lifted, don't lean forward. Great job. And now for the other side. Bend the knee, bring it up as high as you can, all the way up to your chest, and straighten the leg. Point the toes, squeeze the quads at the top, nice straight leg. Give a little bit of a pause when you hit the top. Try not to just bring it right back down. Now out to the side, 5 more. Bend the knee out to the side and straighten. 2, 3, nice tall torso. 4, 5, and last one to the back. Bend the knee, squeeze the heel to the bum, and straighten. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay in a standing position and go ahead and grab that towel or t-shirt or whatever you have that you can pick up with your toes. Scrunch it up underneath of your toes. Extend your foot out straight. Point and flex. Point, flex. Point, flex. 4, 5, 6, nice straight legs. 7, 8, 9, and point as hard as you can. Keep the toes scrunched. Be an equal opportunity scruncher. Make sure that the pinky toe is scrunchy as much as the big toe. Squeeze a little bit more and come down. The other side now. Make sure you get the towel tucked all the way under all of those toes so that they all can do work, and point and flex. 2, 3, 4, nice straight leg. 5, 6, stand up nice and tall. 7, 8, 9, and point as hard as you can. Scrunch the toes more. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Keep pointing. Nice straight legs. Squeeze those quads. And come down. Now we're going to start with our foot bent or our knee bent here, and you can either have your foot up by your knee or down on the ground. It's easier when your foot is down. And we're going to lean forward, then come back up. Do not let your back round. Think of bringing your belly down to your thigh. Come forward. Squeeze the pelvic floor in, stick the bottom out, come back up. And now bring that foot up a little bit. And see if you can balance while bending over still again. Come back up. And again. Nice and steady. Keep the back either extended or flat. We don't want to have any rounding in the back. Now for the other side. So again, you can start with your foot up, or you can have it down for support. And lean forward as far as you can go while maintaining balance and making sure that your back does not round. 2, nice and slow. Think of bringing your belly into your thigh. So squeeze those low abdominal muscles. Think of sucking your hips back so that your bottom sticks out. Bring your chest up as you're squeezing your belly in. Nice and slow. Great work. Go ahead and make your way down to the ground into a pike seated position. And we're going to start with our feet flexed out in front of us. We're going to push the foot forward, point the toes, unflex the toes, and then bring our foot back to flex. So again, that's pushing the foot forward like we're pushing on the gas. Point the toes, unpoint the toes, and come back up. In each position, we're going to alternate our feet back and forth. In each position, we want to make sure that we're in control of each motion and really try to articulate it. So don't rush through any of these positions. Now for the other foot, flex forward, point the toes, unpoint the toes, flex up. Back to the first foot, flex forward, point the toes, unpoint the toes, and flex up. Second foot, push forward, point the toes, unpoint the toes, and up. Unflex, and up. Flex forward, point the toes, unpoint the toes, and flex up. Good work. From here, I'll face around forward so that you can see. We're going to bend one knee and then take the opposite arm and put it underneath of the knee and then wrap the same side arm on top. So we're kind of putting our knee into like a sleeper hold here. So again, opposite arm goes under, same side arm goes on top. And so what we're doing is we're just stabilizing our knee into one position. So our knee is locked in place. And now take your foot, point it in, and we're going to draw a square with our foot. So point towards the outside, come down, towards the inside, go up. In, out. In, up, out, down. And then go the opposite way. Out, up, in, down, out, up, in, down, out, up, in, down, out, up, in, down. Now we'll do the other foot. So as you're doing this, we can't cheat and rotate our knee to get our ankle to move. So this is all our ankle mobility. And depending on how your ankles are, you may be able to point one direction more than the other. For me, I can point inwards really well, but I have a really hard time pointing my foot outwards. So again, we're drawing a nice rectangle with our toes. In on the way up, out on the way down, and then we'll reverse. Out, in, out, up, in, down, out, up, in, down, out, up, in, down, last one, in, down. Good work, and now we're going to get a little friendly with our toes. So go ahead and take your fingers and push one finger in between each one of your toes. So it's like you're holding hands with your foot. And then squeeze your foot with your hand, and now your hand is not going to move, and we're only going to be articulating our toes. So now, squeeze your toes tight around your hand, and then let them go. Try to spread them apart away from your fingers. And now squeeze the toes tight. Clench your hand with your toes. And release. Try to open them up, spread them away from your fingers. And now again, squeezing the toes, keep the hand where it is, squeeze the toes tight around the fingers, squeeze, 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 and open. And squeeze those toes, and open. And now keep them open, remove the fingers, and see if you can keep your toes apart. Keep them open, spread them more. And relax. Other side. So again, we're interlacing each one of our fingers in between one of our toes. So it's like we're holding hands with our foot. We're going to squeeze our fingers around the toes, and our hand is going to stay in place. And now we're going to squeeze our toes. Squeeze, squeeze, and open them up. Try to spread the toes away from the fingers. And now squeeze the toes, like you're clenching your toes back against your hand. Squeeze and open. Try to pull the toes away from the fingers. Now squeeze and close shut. Squeeze, clutch the foot, and open. And then squeeze again. Squeeze those fingers and open the toes. Take away the hands, see if you can keep the toes spread apart. Keep them open, keep them open. And relax. Go ahead and make your way up to standing, and we're going to get a nice wide sumo squat stance. So super wide straddle stance, and our toes are going to be pointing outwards. Now tuck your hips and come down as far as you can. Place your hands at your knees, tuck your hips more, and try to push your knees back with your hands as you bring your hips forward, tucking them under, and then slowly push back up. Again, come down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place the hands, push the knees back, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the hips tucked. And now come back up, nice and slow, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, back down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the hips tucked, push the knees back, tuck the hips more, push the knees back, and then slowly make your way back up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, back down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place the hands, push the knees back with the hands, tuck the hips, push the knees back more, and up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place the hands, push the knees back, tuck the hips under, push harder, push those hips forward, and up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now go ahead and move over to one side, squat all the way down, come back up, to the second side, squat all the way down, come back up, back down again on the first side, come back up, and down again on the second side, come back up. Now when we squat down on the first side, instead of coming back up, we're going to keep our bottoms low and scooch over to the second side as low as we can. Now back to the first side, keeping our bottom as low as possible, and back to the second side. Keep that bottom low. Back to the first side. And now go ahead and place your hands out in front of you. Let your knee dip forward and push your extended leg into the ground as hard as you can. Push, push, push. Push harder, push harder. Nice straight leg. And now dip back into our low squat. Place your hands on either side of the extended leg. And now in this kind of half split, we're going to drive our heel down into the ground as we're pulling our toes back towards our face. Keep pulling, keep pushing, pull the toes back, push the heel into the ground, and then back to our low squat. Shift over to the second side. We'll repeat on this side. So again, we're going to place our hands in front, dip the knee forward, and push that extended leg into the ground. You should feel this in your groin. Push that extended leg as hard as you can, drive it into the ground, keep it straight. And then come back to the low squat, turn to the side, place one hand on either side of that extended leg. Flex the foot as hard as you can. Pull those toes back to your face. Keep the leg straight. Drive the heel into the ground. Think of trying to extend your back nice and straight, so no rounding here. Come back to the low squat. Spider your way over to the first side, and we'll repeat on the side. Hands forward, knee down, Push that extended leg. Push harder. Push harder. Keep trying to sit back as you push that leg into the ground. Little more, and then come back to your low squat. Shift over to the side. Turn the knee in. Flex the foot, drive the heel into the ground. Try to neutralize your back so you're not rounding. Push the heel down, flex the foot more. Push the heel down, flex more, and come back to the low squat. Spider your way over to the second side now. Hands in front, knee down in front. Push that extended leg. Push more, sit back a little bit on your foot. Push more. Keep pushing, and come back to your low squat. Shift over to the side. Drive the heel down, flex the foot. If you have tight calves, you'll feel this in your calf a lot. Keep flexing that foot. Don't let the foot get lazy. Drive that heel into the ground. Keep trying to neutralize the spine. Don't let it round. Come back to low squat, and come up. Now from a standing position, we're going to make our way into a long lunge. So I want your knee to come over your toes. And then we are going to straighten our back leg and go. Keep that back leg straight. Now without moving your hips or your torso, only the leg, bend it, then straighten it. Straighten. 2, 3, come down, straighten it, 2, 3, come down, don't move that torso, 2, come down, straighten, 2, 3, come down, straighten, 2, 3, come down, keep driving that front knee over the toes, straighten, 2, 3, come down. You really ought to squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes to get that front knee driving over and back leg straight. And now from that straight leg, come up into standing and back down to a low lunge. Keep that back leg straight and strong each time you come down. Drive the knee forward. And up, squat down, and up, and down. Nice strong back leg. Drive the knee forward. Use that front leg glute to really do all the work here, and your back leg quad is nice and strong to support it. Great work. Now to the other side. So again, knees over toes, back leg straight, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, keep the torso still, 7, 8, don't move that upper body, 9, and 10, keep the back leg strong and straight, and now push up to standing with the other leg. Back leg strong, 3, 4, drive the knee forward, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent work. Go ahead and come down. Now you can go ahead and find your wall space now. I have a box set up here just so that you can see me from the side a little bit easier. And if you want to grab that pillow or block cushion to support your knee, if you have sensitive knees. And we're going to place our knee and our shin and our foot all the way against the wall, and then lunge to a semi-comfortable position and make sure we tilt our hips under. So you're really tucking your hips under and then just squeeze. Keep trying to tuck your hips under and push the wall away with your foot. And now lunge forward and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until you can get your foot away from the wall. Keep squeezing, pull that foot away from the wall. And come back to the lunge, tuck the hips under, and try to push the wall away with your foot. Keep tucking the hips. If you have tight quads like I do, this is absolute torture. But don't worry, we're in this together. Keep tucking the hips under. Now lunge forward and squeeze those hamstrings and try to squeeze that foot away from the wall. Keep squeezing. Cramps are okay. And now back to the wall, tuck the hips under, push the wall away. Push, push, push. Grow nice and tall, try to tuck your chin, lengthen your spine. Push the wall away and relax. Switch to the other side. So again, your knee, your shin, and your foot are all going to be up against the wall. You're going to be in a lunge. Get into place. Tuck the hips under. Really try to find hip extension here. You'll have to squeeze the glutes to get the hips to tuck, and now push the wall away with the foot. Lunge forward, squeeze the hamstrings, and pull that foot towards your bum. Try to pull it away from the wall. Keep pulling, and now come back to the wall. Tuck the hips, squeeze the glutes, push the wall away with your foot. Push into the wall with that back foot. Keep driving the hips forward. And lunge forward. Pull the foot away from the wall. Pull a little bit more. Keep pulling, keep pulling. And come back to the wall. Tuck the hips more. Lengthen the spine. Try to push the wall away with your foot. Lengthen those quads. Keep squeezing those glutes. And relax. Now we can make our way down to the floor. We're going to be in a sort of half child pose position. So one leg is going to be extended out straight, the other leg tucked underneath of us, and our head is on our forearms. Now, if you need a little bit of support under your leg, you can, but we're going to be lifting our back leg up straight. So you might need to put a cushion or a block under your bent leg to allow this to happen. We're doing 10 kicks towards the back. Nice straight leg. Now come out to a 45 and point your knee to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now bring your foot in line with your hips out at 90. Try to point your knee up to the sky. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now for the other side. So again, we're going to be in a half child's pose position. So the leg that you were just kicking with will now be bent underneath of you. If you need to put something for support to help you lift underneath of your bent knee, that's fine. Kind of crunching it back in your hamstring and lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come out to a 45, knee facing forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now knee, our leg at 90, knee is trying to point up towards the ceiling. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and take a little bit of a rest in child's pose now. You can swing your hips to one side and your arms to the opposite side. Give those glutes a nice stretch. We really put them through a lot of work today. Stretch out your side body. Come over to the other side. Dip your hips down to one side. Reach your arms over to the other. Nice and gentle. Then slowly make your way back to center. And now spread your knees apart so that you can sit your hips down in between. And just take a few moments here to rest a bit. Whatever you find comfortable, just give those glutes and those hips a little bit of rest in this position. And that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Cheers.